Zipline is means of moving people or equipment over through a pristine terrain using a cable and special zipline trolley system. There are many variations and use. The most common use of the term is that of a ride. As an adventure ride, the zipline is usually traversed over the beautiful landscape or dense rainforest or desert canyon. The rider fastened into a harness or seat and launch out over the expanse. It is a thrilling ride, moving quickly and covering rough terrain. Zipline riders slow to a landing speed as the line levels out naturally at the other end. Often there will be a platform or ground features that make the rider just at the end. This occurs naturally because of the sag in the cable. The designer ensures the cable tension is not too tight and not too loose. Tight zipline cable will tend to keep the ride at a relatively constant speed, while a line with less tension will start fast and slow down near the end. A zipline is used in a range of sports from mountaineering to sport climbing, technical tree climbing, and water crossing. In rock climbing, a tyrolline traverse is most often used to return to the main part of a wall after climbing a separate rock column or pillar. In rock climbing, a tyrolline traverse is most often used to return to the main part of a wall after climbing a separate rock column or a pillar. Adventure challenge or rope course have zip line as a part of their height rope elements. Professional versions of a zip lines are most typically used as an outdoor adventure activity. They are operated at higher speeds, covering longer distance and sometimes at considerable height. Zipline locations are worldwide. Customers are physically attached to the cable by a harness. The harness connects to a rolling assembly called the trolley, which rolls on top of the cable. Usually, a rider will be launched from a specially built zipline platform over an extreme drop or spectacular view of a rainforest canopy. Zipline courses have become very popular as a vacation activity and are so integrated into rope course or adventure camps. Kayaking is the use of a kayak for moving across water. Kayaking and canoeing are also known as paddling. Kayaking is distinguished from canoeing by the sitting position of the paddler and the number of blades on the paddle. A kayak is defined by the International Canoe Federation as a boat where the paddler faces forward, leg in front, using a double-blade paddle. Most kayaks have closed deck, although sit-on-top kayaks are growing in popularity. These are inflatable kayaks which come without deck but which have air chambers surrounding the boat. Whitewater kayak involve taking a kayak down rapids, weirs, and waterfalls. Sea kayaking, also referred to as ocean kayaking or touring, involve taking kayak out onto the ocean or other open water such as a lake. It can involve short paddles with a return to the starting point or expedition covering many miles and days. Kayaking of all kinds has become more popular through the 1990s and early 21st century. Kayaks are classified by their use. There are 8 primary classifications such as polo, slalom, whitewater, surf touring expedition, light touring, day tripping, sprint racing, and general recreation. From these primary classifications, there are many subclasses. For example, a fishing kayak is simply general recreation kayak outfit with accessories that make it easier from which to fish. A creek kayak is a curtain type of whitewater kayak designed to handle narrow gully type river and falls. Also within this classification are many levels of performance which further separate the individual models. In the words, not all touring kayak handle the same.
This is a list of equipment needed for your kayak activity. The first equipment is Personal Flotation Device or PFD. This safety essential will ensure should you capsize. you will find yourself floating. Even if you panic or are disorientated, your safety will still be guaranteed. The second equipment is helmet. This is particularly important if you are kayaking in anything other than calm and shallow water. When it comes to whitewater kayaking, helmets are absolutely essential as there is a chance you may hit rock. Once again, safety isn't something to cut corners around, so make sure you have a good and sturdy helmet if the situation calls for it. The third equipment is float bags. This bag that fit in the stern of the kayak will keep it from sinking. Last equipment is dry bag. This will keep your snack and camera dry. For high rock course activities, the equipment that you need is helmets. The helmets used at the ropes course are one of the primary safety gear used. Helmets are worn while doing any climb to ensure safety. The second equipment is rope. The rope of choice at the ropes course is a continental dynamic rope. This rope was chosen because of the natural stretch the rope provides, which makes the experience more comfortable. The third equipment is carabiners. There are multiple types of carabiners are used at the rope course, all serving a very specific purpose. The last equipment is cable wire. The wire connects all of the high element at the rope course. The cable wire is critical for the success of the rope course and is constantly checked for quality and performance.
Here is the types of kayak. Sometimes telling these groups apart and picking the one that is a fit for the adventure you want to take can be tricky. To help you out, we've put together a guide explaining the types of kayaks at your disposal, the difference between them, and what conditions you should use them in. There are two types of kayak: sit-on or sit-in kayak. One of the most significant differences between types of kayak is whether they are sit-on, with a sail hole, or sit-in, where the paddle's lower body is inside the hull of the kayak. Both kayaks have pros and cons depending on what conditions you are paddling in. When paddling in a sit kayak, your legs are enclosed within a cockpit. A spray skirt is attached, which stops water from coming in over the top. Keeping your legs dry and out of the wind will help you stay warmer, so sit-ins are typically used when you're out on colder waters, while sit-in kayak keeps your leg warm and dry. Getting a seat on top kayak means you are going to get wet. Spray from the waves, ripples, and paddle splashes will have you spending most of your time a bit damp. With this in mind, sit-on kayak are best used in warmer temperature and over warmer water. Kayak is named crossover kayak span the gap between one style of kayak and another, such as recreational and whitewater, allowing the yaker to tackle a number of different environments without changing boats. You can't combine kayak that are utterly different, like a touring kayak and a wave ski. So most crossover kayak are based on a recreational kayak hull combined with features from more specific design, like a pole holders for fishing or a planing hull for running whitewater. As a jack of all trades, the crossover kayak will allow you to dip your toes into more rarefied forms of kayaking while still delivering solid, dependable performance in most conditions. They are also an ideal choice for journeys that might feature multiple environments, like a river that has both low-grade rapids coupled with low slow-moving section. Most inflatable kayak are designed to be recreational. However, there are some meant for whitewater rafting. Before use, you can inflate them with a foot or electric pump. Their wide and sturdy hulls make them suited to calm water. Inflatable kayak can be folded down to a convenient size. Some models can even be worn as a backpack. Inflatable kayak come in both sit-on, sit-in styles. A variant of touring kayak, the sea kayak has a higher rocker, like the curve from bow to stern, that it can help the crease into oncoming waves. It also has a narrow V-shaped front profile. This design makes them able to deal with rougher waters, but at the expense of stability. That's all from me. Thank you.